What's up, guys? So I wanted to talk to you about a book I just finished called The Wisdom Pyramid. It's by Brett McCracken, and it's about feeding your soul in a post-truth age. I think this book is particularly relevant. It's very profound. I think that it's a must-read, especially for Christians in this day and age, trying to navigate life and trying to navigate all the information in this world in which we live. And he points out that the dilemma is that we live in an era and an age where truth is relative, right? So the thesis of McCracken's book is that we need a better diet of information and we need better habits for taking in said information. We live in an age where truth is relative. Everybody has their own truth. And he talks about how COVID-19 exposes the folly, right, and the pitfalls and the side effects of living in such a day, because when you have a contagion like COVID-19 that plagues not just a country, but the entire world, you need sources of truth. You need sources of information that are accurate and reliable, just enabled to be able to navigate these issues. And I think we see it in our day that all of the information that we see come across our news feed is very biased. But McCracken points out that the biggest dilemma, one of the biggest dilemmas in living in a post-truth era, is not only does it make us unwise, but it makes us unhealthy. And he compares his wisdom pyramid to the food pyramid that we used to see back when I was younger, and it talked about, or it showed really, what a healthy, balanced diet looks like. A true balanced diet is not necessarily having equal proportions of meats, grains, veggies, and candy, but it's taking in more of those food groups that are healthy and have more nutrients and are better for you. And he does the same thing with his wisdom pyramid, but he talks about the Bible being at the bottom of the pyramid, being the most reliable, being infallible, and being the best source of information, being the best source to inform our hearts and our minds. Then he moves all the way up, and at the very tip top of the pyramid, the least important source of information. Now, he does not say that it is completely unimportant. He just says that when we look at how we prioritize the content that we consume, that social media is probably last. And so he walks up the pyramid, making an argument for each one of these, quote, wisdom food groups. And I think he gives us a very healthy paradigm for, how we can synthesize the information that we take in, and how we should probably be very weary and leery of some of the information that we are taking in, how to form new and better habits that will keep us emotionally, spiritually, and mentally healthy and stable. So if you haven't read it, it's a great book. I think it's a must read in this day and age to kind of help us to get back to balance, especially if you're struggling with what to believe and, struggling with cultivating a biblical worldview. Brett McCracken's book is an excellent resource, I think, for anybody, but especially Christians. And I would recommend you read it. I would give it an 8 out of 10. Some things I like about the book is that it's very readable. He doesn't use a ton of technical language that makes it hard or tough to read. It's 167 pages long, so it's not too long of a book. He quotes some very familiar names and authors that you'll be able to relate to and connect with immediately. C.S. Lewis appears quite often in the book. One thing that I wish he had done a little bit more was introduce some more personal stories, make the book a bit more personal in terms of, making those parallels and connections and using illustrations. But overall, it's a well-written book. It's easy to read. It's simple. It's easy to understand. And I think it is incredibly profound. So I would recommend you check out Brett McCracken's book, The Wisdom Pyramid. Until next time.